Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I can first and foremost call Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors, of course, go out to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, alright, who continually teach us His truth in the Holy Spirit. Alright, this is Naaman of the DC camp. And this is one of these articles. This is from MedPage, KevinMD.com. Says social media's leading physician voice. Alright, so you get nurses and doctors that will post on here. Alright, in this particular one, it says the side effect of the vaccine that no one is talking about. Alright, and this is yesterday. And upon reading it, you're like, this is a little diary. And it says 7:42 a.m. I got my first shot. It says I don't feel a thing and almost wonder if I really got the injection. Alright, so you see they're trying to still sell this thing, Then within the first few minutes after receiving it, I feel a little lightheaded. But I realize I haven't eaten yet for the morning. Luckily, the employee health staff had given me a water bottle, which I quickly downed after sanitizing my hands. Got to throw that in there. And waiting my 15 minutes of mandatory monitoring time. 7:45, like 3 minutes later, as I sit and wait, I take the obligatory selfie and post on social media to let the world know it's okay and to hopefully help convince others to get their vaccination. Alright, continuing on. 7:57. I head off to my usual work day. 8:13, I arrive at work still feeling a little lightheaded. Ready to inhale my thoughtfully prepared breakfast of oatmeal, blueberries, and a few pecans. 2 minutes later, as soon as I walk in, I'm immediately bombarded with the usual questions and tasks I'm accustomed to navigating nonstop during my clinic day. And I make sure to let a couple of colleagues and the office manager know that I got my vaccination. Yay! 10 minutes later, my first patient is here and ready, so I decide to put off breakfast just a bit longer to avoid keeping them waiting or getting behind. 9 minutes later, as I'm talking to my patient, I feel a wave of warmth flow over my upper body and head. Do I have a fever? Oh no. Has it started? Alright. I leave the patient's room at 8:48 and let my medical assistant know the patient is ready for their blood draw. But first, I ask her to check my temperature. Forehead gun to your head thermometers that have become so commonplace reads 97.2. She decides to check me with an ear thermometer as well, just to be sure. 98.6. I'm in the clear. 8:50. I finally eat the oatmeal I've been longing for my whole morning, and I'm feeling good. No lightheadedness, no fever, no soreness. Right as rain. 5 minutes later, as I finish my oatmeal, I sit to think for a moment. Am I really nervous about this vaccine? Do I really expect any intolerable side effects? Will others follow suit, especially the general public, when it is available to them? Will this thing ever really be over? 9 o'clock. Then I realize that the number one feeling I have, the number one side effect I am feeling is overwhelming relief. Relief that I was privileged enough to be in the first group of people to receive the vaccine. Relief that I can worry a little less about contracting the bug and bringing it home to my husband and kids. Relief that I may get to travel, go on vacation, and see my extended family again. Relief that maybe slowly this can help to stop the spread and the unmatched death that this bug has caused. Relief that other healthcare workers, especially those at higher risk, will be protected as well. Relief that maybe a few more families will be kept whole. Relief that children may one day be able to go back to school. Relief that small businesses may one day thrive again. Relief that one day we'll be able to interact with each other again on a human level by touching, holding hands, hugging, and comforting one another. You see how this is being used? The mind game, the psyop that's going on. And these are supposed educated people that are falling for this crap. Alright? But there's another aspect to this, and that's why I'm doing this. 9:05 a.m. This is the first time I have wanted to run as fast as I could for someone to poke me with a sharp needle. And I can't wait to get my second dose. And each year, or 6 months, or whatever, after that, for as long as we need to. So this person is willing to go all in, no matter what it takes, no matter how many times she has to be poked. She's with it. Alright? And then I was like, okay, there has to be a face to this. So I went over here. It wouldn't pull it up with its name here. But I went to this and let's see. Again, I apologize for the delay. So here it is. Welcome to the Pediatric Mama Blog. Alright. Now let's look for that same. Here it is. Ta-da! Guess who? Guess who? Your so-called sister. Alright? And this is a ploy that this devil has used time and time again with great results. Because after just reading the post, she was, eating, put in what she was eating and all this, and you would think, okay. And lo and behold, here we have your co-conspirator here. Now it's acting up. Okay. Let's see. What the heck is going on here? Oh boy. Yeah, let's refresh the page. Wow, it never fails. The stranglehold of this devil has over our people. I mean, you would think with the history, I don't know why it's acting like it is now. Yeah, she got her right arm still with the band-aid on. You can't see it because it's all but yet and still, yeah, that's her. That's the face behind the post there. They're still trying to encourage our people to take this crap, There it is. It finally cleared up. There she is. Okay. These are our educated people that they prop up. You should act like them, because they went to their schools and all that, and learn to think like them. These represent the Greeks. This is the gap between the Babylonian and Roman captivities when Yahushua HaMashiach came on the scene. This is why they took the Maccabees, the Apocrypha, out, specifically starting with the Maccabees, because it tells you how our people became Hellenized, which should be in the scriptures instead of Greeks, and that was done on purpose. When people read that, they see Greek, they think it's every nation or another nation outside of the nation of Israel, and that's not the case. That's why you need to get into the words. Alright? And Great Millstone always stresses that. But this is the same behavior. Alright? They get in, you heard, or when I read, you heard me say, my colleagues, and that's how they start talking. Alright? So they start rubbing elbows and consorting with the enemy and start thinking and believing that they are a part of it. Alright? And they take the attitude that, well, you know, these people are right and everything they say is right, and they start pushing the enemy's agenda. All right, no one got to know the history, especially when it comes to the medical field. All right, concerning our people. How can you? And it's clear that this thing was rushed. There's no evidence of any long-term study whatsoever. And you're taking something that actually has nothing to do with the so-called bug. All right. This whole thing is an attempt to make you physically a part of the Internet of Things. All right. There's a reason they use that Q-tip and insert it up your nose like they did. It's called nanotechnology. You want me to wear a mask over my face because you say my saliva is infected. Well, why don't you just take a swab of the mouth? What was the need to go up in my nose? Because they want to insert those nanobots directly to the brain. Now this shot, whatever's in it, I've heard and read various things about the nanotech. This is all prepping you for the eventual chip. And a lot of you are just going to just hear this, and you might even read it and say, nah, this is that. You know what? Stay the hell away from me. You do not get it. Alright? This is all about total control. Alright? We were never freed as slaves. You got to understand something, that this man could not exert the amount of control he wanted or even needed to back then. This has all been a stall tactic, if you will, all these years since, till he could perfect the technology needed to do just that, exert total control. And you're going to see this. That's what this is all about. Now the money is going to be this whole stimulus and this whole bug that's supposed to be so infectious. All this is smokescreen for him doing away with physical money and making everything digital. Alright, he's tightening a noose, so to speak. That's what this is about. If you're willing to receive it, of course. You won't have to. He's in due time, he's going to show you. Alright, and a lot of our people are going to be asked out. Alright, you go to Matthew 24, 2nd Ezra 16th and 17th chapters. Alright, because now we're in a period where everything looks to be so, oh man, let's go to the next chapter here. Everything's so cheap, and you don't realize that this is a very, very, very bad time. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 18, 17 actually. Woe is me, woe is me. This is Ezra's 2,500 years ago or so, seeing this. And he actually got physically ill. He says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those times, in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? This is also a reincarnation scripture if you're paying attention. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. Everything's cheap now, especially gas. Everybody thinks, oh man, everything's going to return to normal. Oh man, we're going to be all right. Nope. He says that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? All places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Think the best description of that in a movie lately would be the Book of Eli. All right. It says, for a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are there left 3 or 4 olives. Now let's skip on down to around 70. And it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And that's coming because you see slowly they're trying to do away with the scriptures. All right. That's why I said in this administration you're going to see all kinds of freaks and everything, because that's what they really want. They are opposed naturally because they are the wicked. All right. So they are contrary. All right. To the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's why they're trying to do away with everything. You know how it used to be, even though it was a scam. You know, there used to be prayer in schools, and you can see ever since the so-called civil rights movement, he took all that out. Now a faggot and a dyke has more rights than anyone else. He says, what we say about gradualism in another video. All right, it says they shall be like madmen, sparing none. All right, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So it's tribulation coming. All right. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Most High, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. All right. So everyone's faith is going to be tested. All right, so yeah, that's it. I just didn't want to take too much time on this, but you know, the same old tactic. You know, use one of your own to entice your own. All right, and as long as it works, you're gonna still use it. So with that, and of course, I'll post the link in the description box, and you can read it for yourself. All right, so with that, call Allah Yahweh. About Shem Yahweh Shai, about Shem Kodash, and of course double honors to the apostles and elders of the millstone, teaching us as true. Salutations to the occupant out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with all sincerity. Alright, trying to yet and still wake up the remaining, hopefully elect. Alright, because things gonna get pretty bad, you know, as prophesied from here on out. So with that, Shalom.